All right, so the next video is about more of the hopeful things. So the last video was about storms and kind of the adversity that we go through. Everybody faces it, some form or another. Sometimes it's a little bit more silent, something that takes place inside. Sometimes it's occurrences that are outside of our control. But either way, there are this last year. I noticed after a lot of the ups and downs, kind of these patterns, times where I can look back and see how frustrating a situation was, and feeling like maybe I was alone, but then realizing that in reality I was being supported and uplifted throughout the entire process. So there's the example that I want to share is back in spring sometime. I had offered and even asked to watch a couple of friends of mine, Zach and Maggie. They have a dog, a husky by the name of Riley. They call her Rai Puppy Paws. I call her the Paws. She's the most regal and sweet creature that I've ever had the chance of interacting with, and definitely the first time that I've ever taken care of a dog before, on my own. So they were going to be going backpacking and over in Iceland and all throughout Europe, and they needed someone to watch over their dog for a little while. So I signed up for it, and this is when I'm living in Tallahassee, and I was renting a house. Jane and I were renting a house that was 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It was huge. We were renting from the guy that we worked for, and had all this space to ourselves. It was kind of an older house, and big creaky kind of old weird place, and I absolutely loved living there. But whenever there was a certain point when I ended up being alone in the house for a period of about a month, and during that whole month, instead of feeling so alone, I was able to watch over this dog that really, I took care of it, but I think it took care of me, and did a better job of that than I can ever really explain. So it was a time that would have been very lonely, but this sweet creature gave me a reason to get up in the morning, to actually be physical, to get outside, to go for walks. She had a lot of energy, so I did the best I could to kind of keep up with her and help her get her energy out. And it's so funny because I know that animals have souls. I mean, they can be piercing sometimes. Whenever there was a couple of nights I remember specifically where Riley would come in and jump on the bed as I'm lying down and I'm feeling really depressed, and and she would essentially snuggle me. There was one time where I was laying down on my side, and she comes running in, hops on the bed, and she lies down and she's facing me. So her head is probably about 10 inches away from mine. She's just looking at me in the eyes, and then out of nowhere she puts a paw on my shoulder, almost like a little hug. It was really hilarious. And so instead of being really sad, I busted out laughing because it was a little too real for me. But yeah, I look back and I see how special that time with the Paws was for me. It made my life so much better, and made it bearable at that point. So yeah, this video is kind of basically an ode to a dog that I absolutely love and care about. And I guess my request is that as you're watching the video that you think about the loneliness that a person can feel, maybe something that you felt really strongly in your life, and try and put yourself in these shoes and see how such a gentle creature could pull you out of that low place. And so just think about that, and maybe you'll see a little bit of the joy that she brought me. So yeah, this next video is just called "The Paws," and the song is actually a song that I made just using samples over summer. Is something I was just kind of toying around with. So the song is called Aaron. I was watching a lot of Key and Peele over the summer, and yeah, for those of you that know Key and Peele, you done messed up, Aaron. So go ahead and check it out, and I hope you enjoy it.
Riley! Good girl, Paws. Awesome morning with the Paws. Where are we going, Paws? I think she knows. She's excited to get there. I think she thinks she's leading the way. Ready to go? Ready to go? What do you think? Pause. Good girl, Riley. Riley? Riley? Good girl. Good girl. So are you upset, Riley? You're a little bit mad. I'm sensing a lot of attitude. Kind of feels like you're whining.